is going on, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? It is Claire of the Imperial Senate Podcast, bringing back, I guess not just Twitch streaming as well, YouTube and Twitter streaming as well. It's been a while. I'm excited. And I get to bring on friends now, which is even more exciting. So without further ado, let me just introduce my friendos to start off the pod today. We have Nick Mielke from Podcast of the Wills, from Force, from all of the Force Connect streaming Star Wars verse.
All the too many places I stick my face on the internet.
Yeah, pretty much. No, it's never enough. For the love of content, never enough.
Well, it's a sickness. We all have it on some way or another.
It's contagious too. I invited you all on now, and it's an open door policy for future streams, by the way.
Love it.
And we also have Lauren Romo of the Galactic Podcast and the Geek Broadcast. My God, I was like, oh no, I'm blanking.
I have too many G's in a podcast, so don't worry. I do it all the time too, Claire, for sure.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your sympathy. Yeah, so this is exciting. This is my experimental stream. It's basically just, we're gonna have a rotating group of friendos when I stream, and I think it's more fun that way. So thanks for being part of my friendos. So appreciate y'all.
Well, thanks for being a friend of mine as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Seriously. Well, and it adds a little salve to the wound that I know the three of us are nursing from not getting to have been at Celebration last weekend. And, the wrap up photo threads from everyone. I'm greatly appreciative of all of our friends that posted their pictures, because the FOMO was real through the weekend and we covered it at home. We did streams all 4 nights and all of that, but there are just those moments. And so then I went back to my pictures from Anaheim last year where I got to hang out with both of you. And I just went, I need that again. So this gives us some good, mini versions of that until we can all be hanging out in person again soon, hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was such a big bummer not going. I mean,
right. And
jealousy all over.
It was. Yeah, and Lauren and I were texting all weekend, just being like, why am I not there?
Yeah.
Yep. Did you see that this happened?
Well, and now hindsight being 2020, London seemed like it probably should have been a little more achievable, considering I can't imagine a way that I'm going to Japan in 2 years. So
truly,
I'll be excited for those that are, but not so much.
Yeah, that's definitely a unfortunate. Yeah, I can't go either. But that's what I tweeted it a few days ago. I'm like, so who wants to do a unofficial hangout in between these between the celebrations? I think it'd be fun.
We need to figure out a way to make that happen.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Target a good central, and it's hard because of course we have people spread throughout the entire country, but what is the right place in the actual middle of the country that we could just be like, hey, if people can come, this is where we're hanging out.
Yeah. I was thinking too, maybe we do it at a non-Star Wars convention. Hey, who wants to go to C2E2 or wants to go to Dragon Con?
You should do that. That's in my backyard.
Dragon Con.
So I think I'd do something like that. I think that would be good, just because then everybody okay, I'm going to a convention, because maybe Celebration was their only convention, so going to another convention might be fun. Yep. And then again, being able to meet everybody again. So yeah,
for sure.
That's my idea right now. I
like it. It's a good
brainstorming.
We need to get some people on that.
I think that's a great idea. And honestly, I don't hate the idea of going to Atlanta though, because then that means that we can take you all to an Atlanta Braves Star Wars meetup for our people as well. So
there you go.
The Fries are there. The Damons are there. We got people.
It would be a great crowd.
And they say Dragon Con's really fun. They say it's one of the no one for sure. So.
I have not properly been to Dragon Con, but the 2 most recent jobs that I've had, I was previously an executive director for Habitat for Humanity, and their headquarters is in Atlanta. and we would be sent to Atlanta for training all the time. And I was sent to Atlanta for training one year during Dragon Con, and the hotel that we used for Habitat was the Dragon Con hotel. So every night when I got done with work, I just sat down in the hotel bar and watched every possible version of cosplay that you could think of, coming through the bar.
Also, for the record, I'm doing good right now. I haven't played in months. Okay, I'm about to die, but it was fun while it lasted. Why did I do that one? I know where he is. He's right in front of me. Okay.
Oh.
You got it. You got this.
I have not played Battlefront II in a very long time. I need to get back on.
I told her before the weekend is out, I'm going to end up playing it because I've been playing so much Fortnite lately, as all 45-year-old men do. But
I've been playing way too much too, my friend.
It's time to bring back the Battlefront for a little bit.
Yeah.
I never got into
I've been
Fortnite.
Playing.
I think if my nephews had, I totally would be like Team Fortnite, but it's just not something that ever happened for me.
I'm telling you, I didn't start playing until like a few months ago, and I just got sucked in. Because I thought it was just like, it seemed like a younger-ish thing, like that people were playing. But then I started playing it, and then I realized everybody was like playing it too, like in our little like friend circle. I was like, oh, okay, well this
and
is
as I told
fun.
Claire earlier, as an old person, when they introduced the zero build mode, I was totally in. Like,
that's the only mode I play too.
Zero build is
only
it. But it actually is a lot of fun. And of course, getting, I've got the Stormtrooper and the Obi-Wan skin, so I can just run around like a Stormtrooper.
Oh, I love that.
It does bring back a little bit of like old school GoldenEye vibes, just because that was something I played growing up.
Yes, totally agree. I have the Fennec Shan. Black Chrysanthemum.
That's a good one.
I have oh my god, I'm blanking on her name from Rise of Skywalker. Oh my god, I'm blanking on her name.
Zori.
Zori, yes, I have Zori's skin. That one's probably one of my personal favorites. Yeah, it looks.
I think my regret in missing out and not sucking it up and spending the money because I'm cheap and I have like 100 kids is I need the Indiana Jones skin. That's the one that I'm missing out on.
Oh, okay. I bet you that will probably make a comeback soon. Yeah, with the movie coming out.
I have Han, Leia, Stormtrooper, and Obi-Wan. So
nice.
Not bad Star Wars representation there.
Yeah, no, not bad at all. I like playing as Black Chrysanthemum, just like seeing a huge Wookiee, running around Fortnite. It's kind of crazy. It is kind of weird. I don't know if you feel this way too, buddy, but like when you're like Luke or Leia and you have like a gun or whatever, like it just seems weird. Like you're like they should have a lightsaber or something.
Well, and they had that Darth Vader or the Star Wars event a few months ago where like if you took out Darth Vader, you could get a lightsaber or you could get the Stormtrooper blaster. So you're like, this feels a little more appropriate. This whatever. But yeah, it's fun and it's easy, for all the stresses of life, for being a parent, having a job, having all the things that life throws at you. When everybody in my house goes to bed at night and I can come out here by myself and just sit down and play a mindless dumb video game for a little bit as a wind down, like it's a great way to go.
It is a very simple thing. Yeah.
It's either that or the crystal meth that I keep hearing so much about.
One of those two. It's like my wine and like video game lately has been like late at night have my glass of Cabernet and play Animal Crossing and just like catch fish and with a little buzz on. You're like, I am providing for my family. I'm providing for my home. I am putting money in my savings. I am doing it.
The simple things, y'all. I'm telling you.
No, that's fantastic. Things. I have not played Animal Crossing. I know a lot of people play it. I know.
It is.
I played the iOS version for a long time. I never played the official real ones, but I played the iPhone one for a long time.
Okay.
Also, hello, friends in the chat. Hi, King George. It's nice to see you back. Hi, Sean. I hope you're playing Star Wars video games too.
I saw that Sean came home with crud that wasn't con crud. So
no, it was.
Yeah, I know.
Hi, Charlie Joey.
Feel better, buddy.
Hi, Josh.
No, it looked like I saw on the timeline a lot of people got money, came back ill. So hopefully fast recovery to all of them for sure.
No doubt.
Yeah, feel better soon, everybody.
Yeah. Like, how wild is this seeing Rey like run around?
Iconic.
I love it. Like,
Yes.
like it's just, oh god, I love this game.
And how about the fact that we're going to get to see more of Rey running around? I mean,
dude, that was such a big reveal, man.
huge.
That was
so huge.
That was well played and well done by them, keeping that a secret.
Truly, and it makes me happy that either the check didn't bounce or what, but I hope that she's found that people do genuinely love her as much as they do, because she is like one of the absolute brightest lights in the sequel trilogy.
For sure.
Truly, she is something special. Oh well, why am I trying to kill the dead guy? Oh no.
We said this.
Oh no,
we said this over the course of last weekend during our coverage, and I'll certainly give Pete credit because I feel like it was kind of his original thought, but we certainly all agreed with him. Is for the 3 movies that they announced, for that big thing that we got on Friday. Of course, you hear all the people that want to complain because #the internet likes to be mad. It's all going to get canceled. It's all going to get whatever. But here's the thing, and like I said, Pete laid this out really well. The James Mangold movie does 2 things. One, look at this. Look at this.
Final kill. I am
There it is.
the winner. I'm the best video
game
player ever lived.
Don't come in here with all your humble, I don't know if I can still do this. It's been too long.
I
You
was
are the
born
chosen
to play
one.
video games.
Showed up. Look at you. Well done.
But with James Mangold getting, his movie, what I'm super excited about, and this is such a good point, he had to have crushed Indiana Jones so well that they're like, that went. And again, we saw earlier 2 days ago that Indiana Jones is going to be at Cannes. Like, that's not a small deal either for a big, tentpole movie franchise. So for that to be that's awesome. For Filoni, that movie makes the most sense as far as just everything that's going on right now. But you don't bring Daisy. Oh, Ethan's here. That's what's up.
Ethan has joined the chat.
What's up, dude?
Hey, Ethan.
Literal.
But you don't walk Daisy out onto the stage if it's not confident enough that that's going to happen. Like, that's just not, for all the starts and stops, for all the other things that we've seen over the last couple of years. It's not an investor call. This is a major event with world focus, and you bring her out on the stage. Like,
that's celebration. Yeah, no, Nick, I totally agree with you, Nick. Like, that celebration, that is something where you are confident that it's happening. It's probably going to happen sooner than maybe we think.
Thanks, Dan.
Because, because I mean, she was that she was the only actor attached to anything.
Yes.
That they announced movie wise. So, like, I mean, that might be
and
the.
Of course, that makes us all hopeful
movie.
because. I need Finn in that movie.
God,
that's my biggest want is get Finn in there. I even put it. I don't think I put it on Twitter. I think I put it in a text with Pete and Chris earlier today. Another one of those series that I grew up with, like Heir to the Empire, which of course getting a bunch of run right now.
Sorry, you said
exactly.
the thing. You said the thing.
I said the thing. Yeah,
said the thing, man. Said
the thing. There it is.
She said the thing.
The Jedi Academy trilogy was another one when I was growing up. And in that series, Han Solo gets locked up on what's the spot? Kessel. He gets locked up on Kessel. He meets a kid that's in the dungeons working on Kessel, Kip Duron, who ends up being Force sensitive, whatever. Han's gone. They have the perfect opportunity to kind of co-opt some of that story. Let Finn find this Force sensitive kid while he's out helping Rey, his brother Jedi, help with starting this academy. He's Force sensitive himself. Bring this kid in. The kid struggles, falls to the dark side, becomes a part of this loner street rat kid that, let Finn be that role that finds somebody, sees their potential, tries to bring them in. Like, I want that for Boyega as much as anything. Obviously,
he deserves the world. I think we all can agree with that. Like,
and honestly, it doesn't have to be a trilogy, but let him do that in a movie that's his. Like, let him do that with him as the feature, and Rey shows up. Hey, you're doing this thing for me. Like, that's cool too.
Yeah. Is there anything better than watching somebody play Star Wars and talking Star Wars? I really don't think
Yeah.
anything can get
well,
any
I
better.
think we're
I
on to
love
something.
I'm
We're
drinking
onto
whiskey,
something,
so
kids.
really, it doesn't.
We're
get
on
better.
something.
Yes.
I don't
And
know if the
it's
internet knows
original.
this, but we're on to something. We're
Also,
very-
everybody, it's Ayla's first birthday, and she has made an appearance on the stream. There she is,
Aw.
birthday girl. Anyway, she had a chicken nugget today, so it was a success. So
Aw.
yeah,
Big
we're
success.
so
Big
happy.
success.
Anyway, sorry. Star Wars. Where are we going?
For sure.
So yeah,
I
Star
mean-
Wars. What are we talking about? What else are we gonna talk about?
And really,
No,
what
but I
what
agree.
more could
I
any of
agree
us
with
ask for on our birthday than a chicken nugget? I mean, let's be real.
Yes,
True.
I mean that's
Well,
dream, right? The
come on now.
dream. Chicken nuggets. Happy birthday.
Don't act like you didn't love going to the McDonald's play place as a kid.
Oh,
No.
dude,
and
that
on
was
someone's birthday. Where you're
I
Right.
would say I grew up in the era when a McDonald's birthday party was straight up a thing.
yeah.
oh gosh.
You can keep your Burger King birthday crown. McDonald's, they let you stack Big Mac boxes as a game.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Hi, Ayla. You're
Burger
very
King.
distracting, ma'am. Thank you. Very sweet.
Your
But that-
birthday
but that's their
though.
job.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. You stay there. Thank you so much.
This is the
Aw,
equivalent of her pinning $1
kisses.
to her shirt so other people can give her dollars because it's her birthday.
I wish I could
It's
pan
my
my camera
birthday.
to my cat just sleeping on the chair over here.
Oh,
Not
know.
interested in any of it.
No, not at all. This is what he does. This is what literally, like, he probably thinks I'm working because this is what he does when I'm at work. Like, just sits there, stares at me, and falls asleep. I'm like, all right.
this is
Nice.
also what happens when I'm working from home and my job. I literally have to call people for a living, and you know that goes really well.
Yeah.
You are lovely and annoying. You somehow find a way to be both. Mwah.
It's fantastic.
Telling you,
But yeah,
it's no different than having kids. I'm being honest. Like
yeah.
they show up in the middle of a stream when I'm recording or doing something, and they're like right
Mhm.
here off the camera, and they're like, "Dad," and they're trying to mouth to me the thing they need, and I'm like,
Right.
busy right now. What
Yeah.
do you want?
They can
Sorry.
see me. They can see me trying to give you hand signals to respond to you.
Exactly. The mute button. That's my best friend.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I know we're talking celebration, obviously, because it's still very fresh in everybody's
fresh.
mind. I mean, really, it's only been a
Fresh.
week, but like it's just still like fresh in the mind. But it felt like, I mean, obviously us three watching it from home, it still felt like that I was at the convention because I was up so damn early.
That's the truth.
Like, and then two, like, I don't know about you guys, but it felt like this was super emotional for a lot of the actors.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
hating getting emotional. I mean, Lars Mikkelsen getting emotional.
I'll
Like
say
I was
this.
like, wow, 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 wow.
I agree with you completely, Lauren. And I think,
Mhm.
and this is what I said on one of our shows. Actually, it may have been Sunday night, and not to be self-promotional, but Sunday night we were lucky enough to get Paul Sun Young Lee. Carson Teva himself came on, hung out with us.
Mhm,
And he had a
mhm.
great bit where Becca from Tarkin Top Shelf asked him a question about, what it means to get to do this. And he got emotional, and he's not even there. But I
Mhm.
think, and I did this in one of our shout outs, and Sean actually said it in the chat. The live stage hosts, Christina, Kristen, and Anthony, like, that's where I saw more of it than anything else. Like, we saw the panels that they
Yeah.
streamed, we saw those little bits. But when they came out to the live stage, certainly with Hayden, certainly with but even the newer actors and the folks that came out, like the Acolyte folks, the Skeleton Crew, like the
Yeah.
people that were like, I had no idea. Like, I just thought I was going to be in a Star Wars thing. And they
Yeah.
were
My
overcome
favorite.
by the emotion of like,
Yeah.
I didn't know I got all of you as a part
Mhm.
of this thing that I signed up for. Like,
Yeah.
it truly was amazing.
And that's
the
my
one that
favorite thing to
got
watch.
yeah.
I love that.
Yes,
Is when people
yes.
being like shocked at the actual gravitas of
Yeah.
being cast in Star Wars. You don't real.
Yeah.
There's not a convention on Earth like Star Wars Celebration.
Not at all.
Everywhere you
100%.
go, people know your character's name. Like everywhere
Yeah.
you go, and it's not like
all
you're
one
sharing the
thing,
stage
like-
with anybody else.
Yeah.
Like
It's not Dragon Con or San Diego
Yeah.
where there's a million different properties. It's
Right.
Star Wars Celebration. Like, we're all
Specific,
there
right.
for the same thing.
Yeah,
That's huge.
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, and I do have to throw the 2 shout outs for the live stage. Christina, which we all love Christina. Good Lord Almighty.
course.
Like,
She crushed it.
she's our
Crushed
queen.
it.
Christina's interview with Billy D. Williams.
Oh my lord!
That was one of the best things
because they
beautiful woman bringing me to my seat. I could get
they
used
streamed
to
the Return of the Jedi 40th panel, and I don't know if y'all watched that, but he had multiple opportunities to answer questions. He didn't say anything.
Yeah,
he wasn't having it.
Yeah.
He read a piece of paper out of his pocket about his book that's coming out, and that was it. So when he came out on the live stage, I was like, she pulled him out, and she did what good interviewers do. She got the the clips, the stories, whatever. And then of course the other one for her was her moment with Hayden talking about the poster in her locker, and that whole thing, absolutely amazing. But all three of those live hosts, as much as we joke about it, Anthony Carboni and Anthony Daniels, I look forward to that every year.
It's the best, longest running bit, and it's so good. It's so good. I don't care how awkward or cringy it gets. Oh, okay. It's so good. It's just so funny
every time.
100%. And to know that those two actually really do like each other, though, that's the best part of it. They play it off so well.
Yeah. It was a really special celebration for them too, because it's always there's always a moment. They're so good at that bit, or I'm like, y'all hate each other?
Right. They push it to a line. Yeah. There's a line that they almost push across. Yeah.
Yeah. And especially with all of Anthony Carboni's health stuff that's been going on lately, and just I think it was an emotional celebration for him in general. 100%. And I appreciate him opening up about being a neurodivergent kid who just wants everybody to follow the rules and get along and be nice to each other. And he couldn't understand why they were mean to 3PO. It's oh, my whole heart. It's Star Wars, it's Star Wars is for everybody. Star Wars.
Yeah. And it reminds us too and certainly, Claire, you've been through it over the last couple of years, but for the garbage that social media is and can be.
Yeah.
There is also in social media, there is that pocket of, the folks that love Star Wars and whatever. But when you look at something like Celebration, and we all said this when we were there in Anaheim last year, I said it watching it, from home. I didn't get to be there. I was at home in Alabama. I'm watching 7 hours ahead of time, and I'm texting with friends that are there and getting clips that we can use and all that. But it really is it's the thing from Rise of Skywalker. There's more of us. It really is people that just want to have fun. People aren't there going, oh, I hate this thing. Holy crap, I can't believe we get more.
Right.
How lucky are we that we get more?
Yeah.
Right. You're not going to spend thousands of dollars to fly across the world and be there and sign up for all these experiences. And if it didn't mean something,
this
actually does affect people more than just the angry noise that's out there.
Yeah. And it's fun to see how it affects the creators and we were talking about the actors. I mean when Dave Filoni broke down, I was
that's it.
Oh man,
Dave was a big
one. That one hit me, and I'm usually not a emotional crier. But that was getting me teary-eyed. I was wow. It means a lot to them. It means a lot.
Well, and hearing them talk about, the creators themselves, when he's Leslie Headland may know more about Star Wars than I do. Again, the passion, the people that we're at a stage where the people that are working on Star Wars like Star Wars. It's not a job.
Yeah.
These are people that are ooh, I see something here. And they're coming out. And if they're, Ming-Na Wen, that's another one of my favorites. Every time she comes out on a stage anywhere.
Oh, God, I love her so much.
She's I'm here. And I would have been doing this. I would have been here where you guys are.
Right.
That's just that whole, this is what we love. Carson, again, Paul Sun-Young Lee is a great example. He was I have my own 501st sanctioned, Imperial uniform. X-Wing pilot's uniform. He had all that before he was ever on the show. And he's because I do this anyhow. I just can't believe I get to do it as a job and really be in it. Just.
You brought up Leslie Headland. The more she talks, the more I fall in love with her.
Yeah.
She just gets it on such a different spiritual and just really deep level that I think even George and I think even Filoni maybe get to those points, right? Like
Mhm.
she gets there, and I just
Mm-hmm.
the more she talks, the more I hear and hear about the Acolyte. Dude, that is so like on my top of like I cannot wait to see what happens with that show. Like,
I'm the same way.
cannot wait.
Yeah. I 100%, like, literally, I could know no other details about it. I could just listen to her pitch talking about how, talking about like, "Hey, this might not be for you."
Oh God, I
But
love
Yeah.
when she said
oh
that.
my god. But
Mhm.
they put their whole, like, literally listening to her talk about the Acolyte, which is already something that fascinates me. I love my dark
Mhm.
side. I love my secret spooky Sith stuff, so
Mm-hmm.
that was a lot of
Mhm.
S noises. But
Well, and Sean made a good point in the chat. He said, "Lauren, just wait till you see the footage." I tried to watch the footage because, of course, there's several, bootleg spots, and it was like between two people's shoulders, and it wasn't enough to like.
and it
It
cut
wasn't
off.
enough to give me like I get the idea, and I could see where
Mhm.
some of the martial arts influences were and some of that kind of stuff, but it
Yeah.
wasn't enough for me to be like, okay, I'm really seeing a thing here. So I
Right.
kind of watched it, but I moved on from it. But even if I
Mhm.
hadn't seen any of that, I'm in for the concept. I'm in for the
Yeah.
passion
Yes.
that we see from
Yes.
the interviews. Like sometimes I don't need a trailer to sell it to me. Like the
No.
story, the tagline, these people, and I think my number one is Ahsoka for a lot of reasons. When she said heir to the Empire in the trailer, I
I'm there
lost my
with you, Nick.
mind.
I'm where yeah, I'm there with you. There with you.
To love
Well,
Rebels the way I do, like
Yes.
that's where my head
Yes.
is. But
we
yeah,
had
I'm in
almost
for all of it.
Ethan started Rebels a long time ago, and then he fell off the wagon. It just couldn't, the animation style in the beginning of it, he was like, it's not
That's
gripping
totally
me.
valid too. I get
It's
it. I
However,
100%
totally get
valid.
it. Yeah.
the Ahsoka stuff inspired us to give it another shot, and we have almost finished it. Like, literally, I was a little emotional before I signed on here
Bro.
because we just watched like the Jedi Knight and like Doom episodes.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's how far I was like,
Oh, that's
"Ooh."
tough.
But
It's
he knew it was
so
spoiled for him anyway. But it's still, I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not holding.
It still hurts, man. I don't
Every
care
time.
how many times.
Every
It
I've
still
said
hurts
it more
to see
times
that,
than I
man.
could count on every show I've been on. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not the target demographic for that show for when it came out, for
Right.
age, all that kind of stuff. And I saw it late, like it had been on for maybe 2 seasons by the time I kind of caught it. And the same thing, like first season, first few episodes, like actually the first 3 episodes that connect together is like a good little mini movie, whatever. But
Mhm.
then you get into some of the like moving boxes around episodes and
Yeah.
weird spin,
Mhm.
Puffer Pigs and
but by the
Asmorgan.
time we hit,
you know.
Fire Across the Galaxy at the end of season 1, by the
Oh,
time you
God.
hit like that's one of like pound for pound doubling down, that show got better every single
Oh,
season.
yeah.
And it is
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the single best Star Wars Jedi lore shows, things that have happened in the Disney era. I stand by that.
Yeah.
Kanan, and again, Ahsoka annoyed the crap out of me in the Clone Wars, but
Yeah.
Ahsoka and Rebels, like that's when I fell in love. That's when I was like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, this is a character that's real."
Ethan.
Yeah.
Sean says, Ethan, I'm sorry for the emotional damage you've been through watching that. So just wanted to make sure that you could hear his comment.
I'll tell you,
Ethan has
Rebels
been seen.
did, yeah. Nick, I 100% agree. Rebels each season, and it's so funny because season 1 was really good, and but season 2 was good. Season 3 of them was better. Season 4,
Yes.
but my favorite, because I'm on a Rebels rewatch too, and I got through. I think I'm almost done through season 3. Season 3, that first opener is probably one of my favorite Star Wars anything. 100%. You see Ezra older. Yes, yes.
Mhm.
That
Some
is
of that dark side.
one of my
Yep.
favorite, like openings, favorite whatever Star Wars, because of Ezra, because of like that whole. Oh, it is so good, and it just gets better. Yeah, you're right. It gets better, and that Ahsoka trailer meant everything. Like, it meant everything.
I was
it really did.
completely delirious Friday morning on so little sleep and watching it, literally like crying, like in my pajamas, like, oh my God.
So,
God,
and
we're
maybe
getting
the one
Right.
advantage to the time difference was like it was Friday. I still had to get up and go to work and take my kids to school and do all this other stuff.
You had to
And so I woke up.
function.
Yeah, I had to be an
Oh,
adult.
yeah.
What the hell? But I got up at 6 and I did the normal things that I did. But because of the time difference, like stuff was already happening. Like trailers were happening, things were dropping. So it's early in my day, and then I have to spend all day thinking about it and rewatching it on YouTube. And
Yeah.
and then again, how am I supposed to function when I know this exists in the world now?
And how are you supposed to talk to human beings who like don't care?
Don't get
Right.
it at all.
Right.
Like, I don't think you understand, but literally something life changing happened to me this morning.
Yeah.
How am
You
I
don't
supposed to
get
go to
it.
my
You
job in
don't
the
get it,
medical
yeah.
profession and be normal?
That's how it was on Friday. Like when they
There's no
dropped
normal.
all that, movie news and everything. I think Claire, you and I were texting. We're like,
We
"But
were like,
what are we supposed to do? Like,
I-
how are we?
Yeah.
It's 7 a.m. How am I supposed to get through the day?
right, like my
And if
brain
that
is
wasn't
already
enough-
melted
Why
and
not?
drained out of my ears. Like literally,
Yeah.
how am I supposed to function?
And if that
I
wasn't
didn't.
enough
That's
because
what
of
it
Star
was.
Wars, oh wait, we got an Indiana Jones trailer too.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
it was so
Yeah.
come on now.
Yeah.
It got my dad, who isn't excited about anything excited. I was like,
Yeah.
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 And also, yes, Sean, we can absolutely
Yes.
talk about the
Oh,
freaking
God.
music in that.
Kiner?
Do we know who's? I would say, is it
Kiner.
Kiners that are doing
It's
that?
Kiner.
Yeah, they
Are they?
did. They did. And oh
Heck
my
yeah.
God, I was so excited when they announced that.
I was
When I-
too.
oh,
It's gonna feel
oh,
right,
came
you
out
know.
right. Yes.
It's gonna put us
Yes.
right back in that Rebels place. So
Yeah.
no matter what happens, like we could be doing. I mean, I think this is gonna be a really exciting and really dense series. But I'm just gonna be dead. I'm just like
Yeah.
Ahsoka will be walking, doing nothing, like walking through the grass, and it'll be
Right.
an immediate like sense memory for Star Wars Rebels. And I'll be
Right.
like, oh my god.
Yep.
I mean, that shot of her just putting the sabers and then like twirling them around
Ooh.
and then
And
I'm like, okay, I have ascended. Like, I have no idea what's going on. I'm
Yep.
in already.
Don't
like,
talk to me. Nobody look. Me
I
in the
know.
eyes.
Yeah. Nobody. Yeah. Don't look at
Nobody
me
look me in the eye.
in the eyes right now. But yeah, and then the whole Lars Mikkelsen of it all. Oh my God.
Yep.
I'm so excited that he's
Oh,
Thrawn. Like,
also speaking, I am too, because it would not
Yeah.
have felt right. Because
yes,
like
agreed.
Lars's performance also shaped like the audiobook readings, you
Mhm.
know, for the
Mark Thompson tries to emulate. Right.
Yeah.
So it
That's
would
where
just
it
have
came from.
felt not right. And plus, we already know that like he can physically like embody a villain like that in live action. We've seen him do it before. You know, like he's
Mhm.
perfect. He's got the perfect like demeanor for it. So it
Mhm.
would have been weird if it was anybody else. But also, like, can we talk about the rumor that we may have an Eli Vanto cast?
I saw that. I did. I saw that. You know
I
what's
don't
really
remember his
funny?
name.
I somebody in like I can't remember where. I think it was in some Discord. I can't remember which Discord I'm in. But they posted like the article, but I didn't like click on the article. I immediately thought because I just saw the actor's face. I'm like, is that Callus? I'm like, are we getting hot Callus right now?
Hot Callus. Wait,
But no,
oh.
right.
I know he's
right.
right, but yeah, it's hinted
That's
he's
either-
working
right.
with Thrawn, right hand
Yeah.
man. It's gotta
Right,
be Eli
right, right.
Vanto.
I mean that. Who else
I will
would it be?
cry.
I know, right?
cry.
Exactly.
I like if you go back to listen to any of the Imperial Senate Library episodes you recorded after reading any of the Thrawn novels, like half of it is just me simping for Eli Vanto. So if he shows up, it's gonna be a lot.
And that's again, how rewarding will it be for readers, right? You're not going to have to have read the book, right? Because
No,
you'll figure out that it's whatever. But like to
The
have
boy.
that more depth knowledge is just going to be such a big payoff for those book readers. If it is, Eli Vanto, So I'm excited. Was there a rumor that Hayden was supposed to make an appearance in the show? I vaguely remember that. But this was like a
I think
long
so.
time
I think
ago.
you're right. I think there's going to be a flashback at some point.
I hope that there will be.
I would love if we go that route. This is just having fun speculation. I would love, obviously, for him to show up as a Force Ghost, talk to Ahsoka, and then that's how she learns about Thrawn a little bit because he knows Thrawn and like he knows how he operates. So like he helps a little bit like that. Again, that's just my silly speculation. I think it'd be a lot of fun if they did that. But if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Yeah.
Are you telling me that if it's not done exactly your way, you're going to quit Star Wars? Is that what I'm getting from your? Yeah. Okay. Got it.
I'm going to riot.
She's going to mail her fan card directly to you.
She's going to send it right back.
I'm going to do a 10,000 character tweet on the whole situation. And just, I'll tag you all in it. Don't worry.
I expect everybody to read every word of that.
Yeah.
No TLDR.
I expect it to be read. Yeah. Do not TLDR that. No. I was very upset. I put my time and effort into it. No, I know. Yeah. I mean, that's just a whole. Again, the fandom can be the fandom, but it's fun to, again, Nick, you brought it up earlier. Like, there's pockets, right? This is a pocket. Like all four of us here, like we love Star Wars. We might not like all of the same things. We might have different flavors, but we love it for what it is and what it brings joy to us. That's all that matters, man. In the end, for me, and probably for you guys, like that's just I enjoy it for what it is, and that's how.
Well, and I've said a bunch of times, and Pete and I both say it when we do, Friday night. Not as much on Around the Galaxy, but certainly on Friday nights on Force Connect. Like both of our fathers, like that's my weather vane. Like, what do I test some of this stuff against? My dad is 68. Pete's dad's in his mid 70s. My dad calls me every Wednesday. What did you think about the episode? And
I love it.
This week, I was like, hey, the guy with the mustache. I was like, that's Pelion from the Heir to the Empire trilogy. He was Thrawn's right hand man. He's like, oh yeah, I think I remember that because he read those books 25 years ago too. But he's not me. I'm the freak. I'm the one that every week spends time thinking about and talking about. And there are so many more Star Wars fans like our dads, like our parents. Claire, you talked about your dad in Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah.
Go
watch Mando though, because that's because it's a spaghetti western, and that's right up his alley.
My parents watch it because my mom thinks Baby Yoda's cute, and my dad's a sci-fi guy. It's that in between. So that becomes the the litmus test for have we gotten too far outside of our skis? Have we? And we haven't, because all it takes. I talked to my dad today about the episode 2 days ago. And I explained this, I said whatever. And he goes, and that's pointing towards the new show in August, right? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay, cool. And that was all he needed. It wasn't, but I don't understand. Or why are they this? All the things that, not us, but all the other ones, the 2% that lose their mind over screws in Star Wars. I just don't have the time or the patience for that. As he said in Lethal Weapon, too old for this.
It's funny because I same way, Nick. My mom and my dad, but my mom will be the one because she has watched. She's not obviously a super fan like I am, but because of me, she has watched. She has watched Clone Wars. She has watched Rebels. She has watched Bad Batch. So she tries to pick up on things, but she'll call me on Wednesday or Thursday. She's like, okay. So what does this mean? What does that mean? What's going on? So she wants to get clarification on the situation. So it's fun because again, they get into it, right? They're not in the weeds, but they want to know. They want to know more, And then even on Easter Sunday, I was telling my family hey, Ahsoka's coming out, and my sister, who is not a fan at all, but they watch Mando, her and her family. And they're like, well, which one's Ahsoka? And I'm like, oh, the one with the white sabers. I didn't want to get too geeky, right? I got to keep it simple sometimes. The one with the white sabers. Right. You got to creep them in a little bit. They're like, oh, that's going to be about her. I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, that's going to be really cool. And I'm just like
correct
no
answer.
Idea. Yeah. You have no idea how cool it's going to be. I'm like,
bingo.
Here's what you should watch. This is if you really want to know more. And
and my
that's
kid,
a beautiful thing too.
My twins are 14. I've got an almost 11-year-old. I've got a 7-year-old, and we've watched Rebels together. Certainly the two older ones, and they really liked Rebels. They don't super care about most of the other Star Wars stuff, but one of my twins loves Thrawn. He's so satisfying. His calm voice and his whatever. One of them loves Callus. One of all these different things.
Children of taste is what they are.
For sure. But they love Rebels. So when that trailer came out, I was so excited to come home from work on Friday and be like, girls, I need to show you all this. And I started playing it and they went, wait, is that all the pieces started falling into place? And you're like, really? Is this happening? And I was like, yeah, it's happening.
Oh, that's so cool. And again, just for fans, just to like those little Easter eggs that we got in that trailer, especially Rebels. Like me and my cousin Andrea on our podcast, we've been talking about how Rebels is literally it's must watch almost now. It's not like, I mean, yeah, will you get what's going on in the show? Of course, but
sure.
it will connect so much more and so much bigger context if you watch that show. So it's like it's almost like required viewing, in my opinion. Like that's where I stand with it. Like Rebels is getting to the point where you have to watch it almost to get the bigger picture.
I agree. And would you say that after watching Rebels, would you say that you feel like, how does your opinion? I know obviously you've watched all of Clone Wars with me. How's it changed how you're anticipating what's coming up next, or like your enjoyment of the rest of it? Do you feel like it's added to it for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's so good.
It definitely kind of adds to, especially because a lot of stuff you don't ever see in the original trilogy and stuff like that.
That's the other fun part too. Is you're like, wait a minute, we've been here before. Not from this angle, but we've done it.
We've been here before. Yeah.
And I love how in the trailers, of course, they have set us up for, essentially they've done a shot-for-shot remake of that ending episode of Rebels where Sabine's in the tower and the ship and the 2 X-Wings and it's coming in and out. Like, one of my girls sent me, there's a clip, she found it on Instagram, and it's the parallels, and it's the first episode of Rebels and the last episode. And the first episode is Ezra in the tower. The last episode is Sabine. So she sent me that. She's like, holy crap, look at this. And I was like, no, holy crap, look at this. This is the one from the trailer, which mirrors both of those shots you sent with Ahsoka's ship. And
take a step back.
I think obviously that's the jumping off point. That feels like that's where it starts. But
yeah. Because I vaguely remember in Anaheim when they showed like that super like quick clip.
30 seconds.
Yeah. Like we saw short hair Sabine, did we not? Like I swear
we did. And we saw the mural.
At the mural, and she was pointing to it. Okay, that's what I thought. So I mean, I'm interested to see, because obviously we see her in the trailer with longer hair, which I love.
I think they're going to do a mirroring. I think they're going to do a mirroring Kanan, because we see that shot of her kneeling in front of her helmet, which is what Kanan was like when he kneels before he cuts his hair in season 4.
Ooh,
I think it's I need your help. Maybe she's resistant at first, and then she's like, no, I do have to, because we, of course, get the shot of her looking at the hologram of Ezra. I don't think that's a communication. I think that's more like a photograph remembering my friend. So I think it starts out with her with the long hair, and maybe it's I'm not going to cut it till we, find our friend. But then it's I decide to cut it because it's time to get off my butt and go find my friend.
I love that.
But also, like, there was a shot that I think was from Celebration that I have on my phone. She's holding her helmet under her arm. She's in the armor, and it does look shorter, but it could also be pulled back.
Either
way.
That's true. That's true. Dude, if we get a Force Ghost Kanan, I will again ascend. Like, I will not be able to handle that.
Prince Jr., you think?
Dude, if he's got
he's so jaded though. I don't think he's coming.
Okay, so do y'all remember this from the Anaheim footage that we got, which was again 30 seconds because they had been shooting for 2 weeks when we were in Anaheim.
Yeah, like year. Literally, yeah.
But we saw that shot of somebody sitting at the table, which gave us the Jason Syndulla vibes and the little hands and like the little whatever. If we get, hey, this belonged to your dad, and it's the lightsaber, I'll lose my ever-loving mind.
Yeah. I mean, my thoughts go to like, what if we get a Force Ghost Kanan, Force Ghost Anakin, we have Ezra and Ahsoka, all the things, right? Just give it all to me around a campfire. I could take it. Yeah.
And I'm excited that we have a casting for Ezra too.
Yes.
Also, Ezra got hot. I don't know. I'm just saying. A time away with the Purgil and Thrawn did good things for our boy Ezra.
Yeah. His skin's glowing. Let's just say that.
He's glowing.
He's glowing. But you know what's interesting? That hologram, I wonder, and maybe it'd be cool for me if it was that message that we hear at the end. I don't want to say anything for Ethan, right? Right. But if that's if there's parallels to that,
Yeah.
like if there's something with that, or if it's a brand new message that she kept, that'd be cool if it was one that of him training, like that she's just watching, like when Ezra used to watch Anakin train. That was so cool.
Yep.
Like,
well, and there's I think one of the leaked shots that came out of that was there is a shot of Sabine with Ezra's green lightsaber.
Wild.
Yeah,
that would be
bananas.
Again, I'm not even ready.
Friend, I have to jump because Force Connect starts in about 12 minutes. We are going to wrap up the spies from this week. We're going to do some wild, unhealthy predictions for next Wednesday. So thank you so much, Claire.
And thank you for joining me. It's been so fun.
No, we won't. We will be as irresponsible as we can be. But thank you so much for letting me come and hang out and run my mouth.
Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you coming by.
Of course.
Yeah. And be sure to hang out.
Everyone on this screen, and I will see y'all again soon.
Right. Bye. Have a great show.
Bye, Nick.
Have
fun.
Oh man, I like that dude. Don't tell him I said
solid
that,
dude. Nobody tell him we said that.
No.
He's a good
Look at this. Thank you, Sean. As somebody who was in the room where it happened, can confirm a certain Sabine lightsaber situation. Thank you, Sean. Also, Sean, I hope you're feeling okay.
Yes.
I know we mentioned that earlier, but
yeah.
You know.
I was thinking about, with Rebels, like if we, oh god, there's the connections in Ahsoka. It's gonna be so amazing.
It's gonna be so fun.
I just can't wait. It's gonna be so fun. Oh, it's gonna be so fun.
There was a time where, like, of course, the Ahsoka show is gonna be amazing, but like, I don't think that I really truly like got it. Like, I think the Acolyte still might have been my most anticipated show that was coming out. Just because that is right up my alley. Even though I have no idea what Frozen meets Kill Bill would look like.
What does that mean?
What does it mean?
What does that mean?
But all of the Rebels connections and the confirmation of Thrawn and Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and I just can't believe that is a show that's about to exist in my eyeballs, and I just it's jumped for me, certainly.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the trailer did a lot. Like seeing, being able to see what we saw in Anaheim, even though it was like 2 weeks, like Nick was saying, like it was like, oh god, it was such a little taste. But now that we got like a full, yeah. See, I'm telling you, Acolyte's on up there too. But to get the full Ahsoka trailer, like, and then now I can't wait for like the official, like that we'll get eventually in like June or July or whatnot. Like, I can't wait. Not wait. August. Yeah, I was doing the math again. This is how much of a nerd I am. So, Marvel fan here too. Yeah, right, I know, right?
I don't do math for shit.
Secret Invasion comes out in June.
Okay.
We assume 6 episodes. Just usually that's how Marvel rolls. So that gets you literally to the end of July and then into like the very beginning of August. But I don't know if they'll go the very beginning of August. So it'll be interesting to see if we get it like mid-August or late August. I'm interested to see how they do that. I hope early August, but I feel like it'd be closer to mid to late August for some reason. I don't know why. It's just my gut feeling on it. But
the one thing though is I'm glad that you mentioned the Secret Invasion stuff, because I'm like, oh wait, I have something to tie me over until then.
Yes, right. Because I
can wait like a couple weeks. Like that's fine. I'll be good.
I know, like Mando. So Mando's gonna end next week, sadly. And then we'll have May 4th. We'll have the Visions, which I am so excited.
That animation. The Wallace and Gromit one.
Oh, I know, right? Like it's just gonna be so good. Yeah. If you haven't watched Visions, I mean, God, get on it. It's really good.
You didn't watch Visions.
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, we're adding it to the list.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
But
That's
what's
darn,
great about
that's
Visions too is that they're short. You know, they're
Yeah.
like you could do it like
easily
super
digestible.
quick.
And there's what,
yeah.
8 episodes? Is it
8 or 9,
8 or
8,
9?
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
And they're all so different too. You're always in
Yes.
for like a surprise, you know,
Yes.
in
Yeah.
vibe for every single one.
Well, yeah, and that first volume had great just anime, like because it was all
Mhm.
the Japanese animation studios. Like it was so good.
So cool.
Yeah,
So
I
cool.
loved. That's gonna be really, really good. Visions. And then I wonder what
so
else we'll get on May
creative.
4th too. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Oh,
very
yeah.
creative. But yeah, May 4th. I mean, besides that, I wonder what else if we get any other announcements or anything. I don't foresee
know,
it, but who knows?
I don't either. For years and years and years, I have always been like what are we gonna get on May 4th? What are
Mhm.
we gonna get? And we never get anything. So I'm just gonna assume. I'm just happy that we're getting new Star Wars dropped on May 4th. You know.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah,
I'm
with
good
Visions.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. I know. I took next Wednesday off, so I have it for Mando finale,
Oh, nice.
and then I took May 4th off too, just because I'm like,
Yes.
it's a personal holiday for me.
It's a
So
personal-
there you go.
It's my religion.
Yeah, it's my I observe it. That's a religion.
My spiritual commitment.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
I have a spiritual exemption from work today.
Yes. I have a note. I have
I
a
have
note.
a note from Dave Filoni.
Right from Dave, yeah. Signed by George Lucas and Dave Filoni.
That's right.
Gives me time off. But yeah, I mean, what? So
Excused
June.
absence, right?
Yeah. So June, July, we won't have any Star Warsy stuff. Besides maybe a new Ahsoka trailer. That's it. I know, sad tears. But then we get Ahsoka, and then what is Skeleton Cruise this year, right? They said 2023.
It is. They said 2023. They didn't give us a month or a season even. They just said
Right.
2023, which makes me think it's going to be like that Christmassy, like late fall into early winter kind of release,
makes the
like
most
Mando
sense.
used to be.
That makes
you
no
know,
sense.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Did they?
I'm
did they-
excited about that show.
Yeah, dude. Talk about like Jude Law being a possible Jedi.
Jude Law in a Star Wars.
Yeah. Dumbledore himself? Like, what is going on here?
It's crazy. It's crazy just because, like, I know I shouldn't be surprised at this point anymore because we've had, like,
Mhm.
Woody Harrelson in Star Wars and we've
I mean,
had,
fair.
like, Carl Weathers in Star Wars. And we
Yeah,
had,
I love
that's
Woody
true.
Harrelson. Come on.
right. We had
Yeah.
Flea in Star Wars. Like, I should
True.
not be surprised when we
forgot about
cast
that.
We
famous
had Jack
people.
Black,
We've had Jack Black. In
Yeah.
what?
And
How did I miss
Lizzo?
that?
yeah,
Like,
Lizzo.
Christopher
Lizzo?
Lloyd. Come on.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I shouldn't be surprised, but still I'm like, oh my God, Jude Law's doing this.
Right.
Coming
Yeah.
to us.
It's not a cameo. Like, it's a
It's a
It's a
full-ass
role.
role.
yeah,
It's
it's a
incredible.
full role. Yeah. I love what they were saying about that, like the vibe of it, like the old ambient,
Mhm.
like Goonies and ET. Like I'm here for that. I cannot.
100.
Wait.
If you can look me in the eye, looking at you,
Mhm.
chat. If you can look me in the eye and say that you don't like the Goonies, I don't know who hurt you in your life, but that is like I know it's an opinion, but
Mhm.
apparently some opinions can be wrong, and that would be one of them.
That would-
That would be it. Oh my
yeah,
God.
that is an opinion that I would vehemently disagree with. Like
Right.
Goonies
wrong.
is so good. That's such a good movie. I love that movie.
We have-
But like having that in Star Wars, I love it.
I see the problem like with all of the upgrading and the boosts and stuff is that I like that requires me to like be good enough at this game to know like, oh, I use the scan darts more than I use this or that. Like mostly if I'm like, special button. That's normally how I play. So if you find anything up here that you want to do,
Well,
I
yeah,
mean, I've got 40
points, you're
skill
gonna unlock-
points.
Yeah, you're gonna unlock them all.
all right. Yeah, whatever
There
you
you go.
want. Just please help me. Please help me. I'm useless.
This is how I am with this game though too. Like I just like I think I literally use heavy. Like that's the only like upgraded thing I have, and then that's it. Everybody else is just like 1 star or whatever. Like
It's so true.
nothing
Like
to it.
before we popped on the stream as well, I was looking at like I'm like, well, let me check out my characters before either you or Nick popped in. I was like, well, let me just look at these characters and like what upgrades I have available because I got a bunch of little yellow flags in the corners here. I'm like, okay, well, let me do that. Yeah, I had a lot of upgrading to do, but like it was like Ray who's like level like 30 something, and then everybody else is like level 5. It's like it's like Ray and General Grievous, and I'm like, well, I'm a woman of taste, clearly. So
Yes, clearly I have taste, people. So don't judge. Don't
you judge.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know what? I was just thinking about we have Jedi Survivor coming out in
I know
what next week?
We gotta get
next week or the week after?
Something like that, yeah.
We need a next.
You gotta get PS5.
Yeah, we're playing on my PS4. You know, right now.
I'll do some digging for you. I'll see what I can find out. I'll look. We'll look. We'll look. But I think Amazon.
Right now.
That's true. There is a deal at Costco right now.
They always do. Like if you go to like those places, they have like those bundles. Like.
I think it's the God of War bundle right now.
Yeah, which also we gotta play that game because
I've heard good things. Yeah, I've heard good things. I haven't played that one either.
We played, both of us individually have played through the first God of War reboot or whatever, the one that came out in what was it, like 2017 or whenever that was, which is an unbelievably wonderful game. But you know, I've been like, I feel bad because I've been actively avoiding Broaxium Gaming. By the way, if you're watching this, go follow Broaxium _gaming. And by underscore, I mean a floor dash. As Roke would say.
Dash.
That's what Roke calls it.
That's pretty good.
He's like, you take that dash, you put it on the floor. It's a floor dash. Broaxium floor dash gaming.
I love it. I love it.
Go follow Broaxium Gaming because it's like I've been like upset that we haven't played God of War Ragnarok yet because I'm like, I want to watch Roke's streams. I want to watch this, but I don't want to have the God of War stuff spoiled for me.
Yeah.
And I've still been pretty unspoiled in terms of that game. So I'm like, I will send you good vibes through the Force, but man.
That's going to be interesting for Jedi Survivor because I still have to pre-order it, but
I got to stream.
Yeah.
Because I streamed Jedi Fallen Order. You have to. Yeah, which was fun and mostly me shrieking at the top of my lungs when like an Ogda Bogdo showed up. You know, like that was basic, and just trying to make everything pink, like find the pink poncho and the pink lightsaber and the pink everything.
That was one of my favorite parts of Celebration was when Cameron came out and like the whole poncho bit. I don't know if you saw that too, but it was so funny. I loved it so much. And he can we get him in live action soon? Like
it's literally his face, guys.
Yeah,
it's literally him.
Literally his mocap, like
1-to-1, exact replication.
Do it. Like, oh god, I would. So cool. Ooh, yeah. I mean, could you imagine if they threw him in Ahsoka for some reason? I don't know why it would happen. I mean,
why not?
I know.
Everybody else showing up. Shit, put him in there.
I mean, yeah, might as well. And he's a big character though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just like he's in a video game. Like, he's one of the better like Star Wars characters in my opinion. Like, he's one of my favorite Jedi. Like up there with like Kanan and Ezra and Ahsoka and all them. Like, he's one of my favorites. So I would love to see them do him in live action. Like, I think it'd be so good.
I think it would be awesome. And you know, other than the fact that he's like a future serial killer because of, you know, all of the animal slaughter. But other than that, you know,
which it seems like they fix that in Survivor because I've seen in the trailers where you can like use the like fly with animals now and like do a lot of cool stuff. So,
I'm finally done. You ran out of stuff. You only need 4 more.
I wish I could just do like the autofill.
The autofill, yeah. Just give me everything.
Do it. Give me all the things.
Just give me all the things, right? I just need all the things.
Oh my god.
I just can't wait for a BD1, like to get the actual BD1 in live action. Like can you imagine the little guy?
Thing that has ever happened to me. I am not ready.
I mean, that we got that style of droid in Mando, but like I need the official. Give me
right?
BD1. Like I need him. Oh. Just like Chopper. I can't wait to see Chopper in live action. I need Chopper shenanigans. Like I need the shenanigans.
That's been another really fun part about watching Rebels with you because reliving all of it. Like it's been a while since I've watched it, and I'm like, this shit is good actually.
Yeah.
But also, just you know that Chopper is just like ridiculous and like chaos walking or rolling in this case. But I just forgot like so many little Chopper-isms that he does, and I'm like, oh man, you're the best, man.
Yeah, he's oh god. I just like the moment in season 3 where it was the twin sons and Ezra's going to Tatooine and Chopper snuck on. He scares Ezra and he's like, Chopper, and Chopper's just like beeps or whatever. He's like, you know what? Like I just love that. Like just his like sass that he's saying. Like, and I honestly I need him to like fight another droid like he always does. Like how many times does he push out a droid out of a flying like vehicle in Rebels? So many times. And I kind of need it again. You know it would be great too, speaking of droids, and to show up in Ahsoka would be AP5.
Yes, I'm so glad you said that. Because I also forgot how much I loved AP5. That's my guy right there. Everything he says, I just laugh at. He's wonderful.
Oh yeah, singing in space. I love it.
Singing in space.
I had no clue who AP5 was until like you just started talking about it. It's like, oh, you get to meet AP5. I'm like,
okay, whatever. But now you know. Now you know.
He's one of the greatest droids of all time, right? Yeah. Like,
I love him. He's
so
a little
good.
Mr. Grumpy Gills. He's just doing his best, though.
Right. He's trying his best, right? He's just trying to bring, a little bit of order to the rebellion. Like,
so good. And like that episode with like Josh Gad voicing Pablo Hidalgo's body in where we meet AP5. Like that's literally it looks exactly like Pablo, but voiced by Josh Gad. Like there's a couple moments in there where he's like realizing that Chopper is his friend, and I'm like, oh
yes,
why do the droids make me feel more than like most human characters in this show? Oh god,
I love it so much. Yeah, they do such a good job when they bring in new droids like that, especially in animation. Like, I mean, they do such a good job bringing in those little droids and making you fall in love with them like super quick though too. Like that's the thing. Like Gonk in Bad Batch. Our little Gonky, man.
Sweet
like
baby.
He's the best. I know, he's the best.
When they stole that ship this season and Gonky was on board, like you're all dead to me. I will burn this place to the ground.
Burn it to the ground.
Burn it down.
Not touch that droid.
Right. I will end you.
Yeah, but I'm excited to see where it goes as far as with Ahsoka. Who do they bring in? Do they bring in Kallus? AP5? Like there's so many options. Hondo, where's Hondo? I'm still on Hondo watch. I need Hondo in live action. Like I need him so bad.
Like having him in Galaxy's Edge was like one like special cry that I had. But if you put him back, just please give me brand new content with him. I love, and I was always very much like Hondo in the Clone Wars is the far superior Hondo. That's always been my stance. I've always been like Clone Wars Hondo. Clone Wars Hondo.
It's fair.
I'm not gonna lie, Rebels Hondo is growing on me too now. Rewatching it, I'm like, but he's so
good. He's good. He's good in Rebels too. He is
so
really
good. And him and Ezra as a unit, I'm like, damn, I love y'all. You guys are just best friends.
Hondo is the best, like legitly.
Oh my gosh,
I
have expected God to incredible.
That would be amazing. I'm here for it. Like, let's do it up.
That's big Chopper energy.
I know, right?
No, Gonky's too sweet. He's too sweet of a boy.
Yeah.
He's gentle.
Yes, he's a very gentle boy. Yeah, we love him for that. Now so obviously we've all seen Mandalorian, the latest episode. How
Finally.
did you guys
Finally,
we've all watched it.
God.
How did you guys feel? I loved it when Grogu got into IG-12.
Yes.
It.
Yes.
I loved it so much.
I did too.
I don't care how silly of a bit it was. It was perfect. Like,
it was so silly.
It was the best thing ever.
It really, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I had fun with it. It's just like I was like kind of hoping to get a little Taika back, but it's okay. That's okay. I like this as well. I thought it was fun. He can do more now, which is fun. Yeah. I hope we're not done with his pram entirely because it's galling.
True.
But gosh, can we give him a few more buttons other than yes and no? Like, it struck me in that like first scene where he jumps into it when Din's like, he's not gonna drive that. I'm like, we're having the first actual verbal conversation between daddy and son. I'm like, oh my god.
Through a droid.
Right?
It's the best thing ever. Like,
oh, my feelings. And also just an Anzellan appearance is gonna always be a win for me.
Oh god, that was so good. Yeah. No squeezy.
No squeeze.
That will never get old. Yeah. That will never get old. Yes, right.
Yes.
It's such a when I would assume, I'm not a parent, but I would assume when your kids start talking and then they just repeat that reminds me of that bit on what's that animated show, Family Guy, when he was like, mom, yeah. That's what it reminds me of
right?
This is where Grogu is now, on his level. It's so good, and I love it. But we saw a Melu run, in that episode too. He squeezed a Melu run. I love that. I love when we see a Melu run appearance, because we saw
That's
one.
How
What
you
in
know that
Boba
we're
Fett
nerds?
too.
Yeah, we did.
Right.
That's how you
when
know
we get excited over fruit,
over fictional fruit. We're like, oh,
we're like Melu runs. Yeah.
Are we lame? I don't care if we are.
Right. Yes, we are. And but actually, no, we're not, because we love Star Wars. So
that's right.
No, I don't think it's lame. I don't think it's lame at all. It's fantastic. I love it.
Right. It's mainstream now. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, really, it is now. Honestly, I mean,
all the cool kids are watching Mando.
Yeah, all the cool kids. All the cool kids are in Mando now too. Lizzo, Jack Black, all the cool kids are.
I still can't believe how this is terrible. So I know that you see a lot of TikToks about the female gaze, and about what men think that women find attractive and what women find attractive actually. Captain Bombardier is literally it. That is the definition of the female gaze. He's got a nice coiffed beard. He's nice to his wife. He romantically left the Empire oh my gosh, that is just
right.
He's built a life of luxury.
Take notes.
Everybody.
Yeah. Take notes.
That's right. You gotta grow it out a little bit longer and we'll cough it out a bit. Please don't.
Please don't. But that was such a fun reveal of having them show up just randomly. Oh god, I love that. That's still one of my favorite episodes. I don't care what anybody says. I love that episode.
So much fun.
I had the blast.
Is I have a literal shrine in my home to a monkey lizard. Okay, I literally weird Star Wars. That's why I connect with the Blast Points guys so much, is because them, I find the most giggly childhood joy in weird Star Wars. And that was weird Star Wars and live action battle droids and emotional speeches from bartender I'm this is made for me. This is made for me. This is all my shit.
This is my jam. Right.
Yeah. So it's oh my god. And objectively, it's probably not the best written episode of Mando.
Oh,
but
fair.
It was so fun.
I don't care. Right. That's the whole point.
Time.
Yeah, that was the best time. And I don't think people realize like that was probably the closest to like a George Lucas like Star Warsy thing that we've seen in a while. Like that had George written all over it.
100%.
Like so like for people to be like, "Oh, that's not what like you guys understand what George wanted to do in the sequel trilogy?" Like
Right.
he wanted to go super weird, kids. So
Every
like
now and then I wake up in the middle of the night and remember that George Lucas's favorite episode of the Clone Wars is A Sunny Day in the Void. With Meeber
And life is
Gascon
good.
and a bunch of droids.
and life is
Life is
good.
good.
Like
Oh,
So, like, yeah.
I love it.
how much did you lose
This-
it? Oh yeah.
The most. Sorry, I'm like getting in your way.
So you kinda just put your head all
The
in
most. Oh, you wanted to watch the screen. You wanted to play the video game. That
Although I hate being droids because they suck.
they do. Whoa. Time
Yeah.
out.
No. In the game.
Yeah, correct
It's a-
answer. We will not accept droid slander under our roof. It's not allowed. Not allowed.
I love droids, just not playing in this game.
For the Separatist Alliance.
For the
Dan.
Separatist Alliance.
Okay, Dan is literally the #1 Separatist super fan. So don't you dare insult his crew, okay? Don't you
Well,
dare. Truly. Okay.
Dooku was
whatever,
right.
Stones.
Dooku was right. How about that?
Dooku was right. Oh no. Well, I'm gonna do this with the camera real quick because there's our Dooku right in the corner. there.
Aw, little
He's
dude.
asleep. He's just big chilling.
Aw.
Now that I've completely ruined the camera.
And then now Ayla's gonna ruin
Yeah, and now Ayla's gonna ruin everything. But that's what she always does, so you know.
it. So,
What's new? Ooh, girl.
Aw.
Ayla, come here,
Birthday
Fifi.
girl.
Pretty girl.
She's so cute.
She is really cute. She's a little shit most of the time. But occasionally she just shows up and is so sweet. One of my favorite things is like occasionally during Broaxium, like during shooting the poodoo, if she comes in, she'll literally like just below the camera range, she'll be like looking up at the screen, like watching everyone. So cute. So
I love
she's
that.
a Broaxium super fan. Oh man, are you gonna let him play or no?
Aw. Speaking of cats,
Aw.
Loth Cat we saw in the Ahsoka trailer.
Yes! Oh my god.
How adorable. How
Gorgeous.
adorable. I
It's a
can't wait.
W for me. I
Yeah.
will say also watching Rebels today, all of the Loth Cat meowing and purrs set both of our animals like off. They were like dead ass
Aw.
sleep to like who was that?
Yeah.
Who was that?
What's going on? There's another cat in here. What are we doing?
That's
What are we
right.
doing?
May the force be with you
Aw.
too,
No,
Dan.
man.
No, you are the best,
Yeah.
Dan. The fact that Dan and I, like, we relate to each other so much in the sense of that episode with Bombardier and it literally started off with a Mon Calamari Quarren like star-crossed lovers scene. And I literally
So
went,
good.
Dan, the Quarren. I was like, oh my God, Dan. And then the droids, I like lived the whole episode. I was like, this was made for us, Dan.
This they had you guys
This is
in
us.
mind when,
That's right.
and of course, Bryce Dallas Howard directed that amazing
Of course.
episode because it's Bryce Dallas Howard
This is
and
Bryce
she
Dallas
can do
Howard.
no wrong. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see because she is. Was she slated to do? Was it Skeleton Crew? I think was she
Yes.
part of the
I believe it
directors
was
for that?
Skeleton Crew. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it was.
Also,
So that's
you
gonna
better
be cool.
Hi, girly. You better put that into existence. Verbalize that. There will be a lot
Ooh,
more
yeah.
Lost Cat on sale within 3 years, and I
Dude.
will as well. I shall also
Yeah,
buy.
I would buy that. Probably freak my cat out, but I would
Right?
buy it.
It will 100% freak our cats out.
But it's gonna be totally worth it.
It will be. Yes, ma'am.
That Loth Cat did look really good from the trailer, like that
Right?
quick shot. Like I
And
know
the
we
one-
saw. Didn't we see one in what? Did we see one in Mando before? I feel like we did.
I feel
Like
we
an
did
early
too.
season, I think we saw one.
Well, now when I think of a Loth cat, I literally just think of Galaxy's Edge, about the little cute one sleeping in
Oh,
the thing.
yeah.
Man, are you
Yeah.
comfortable?
You're about to fall.
You're about to
off.
fall off the couch.
Aw.
Put your butt up, pal.
Yeah, I'll be going to. So we went to Galaxy's Edge during Anaheim. Did you go to Star Wars night? I can't remember. You went there?
I did. That was a lot.
Okay.
That was a lot going on.
Yeah, that night was crazy.
That was
So,
crazy.
but I'm actually going in September. We're going to Florida, so we're going Batu East.
Yes!
So I'm very excited for that. Very excited to go back.
Last
Just
September, that's what
enjoy
we did. For his first ever first ever trip to Disney at all.
Oh wow,
It was fun.
Okay.
And we went, of course, to his first ever Galaxy's Edge experience,
Yeah.
and my first ever Batu East experience, which was good fun. Good fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to go see that, to see if there's really. I mean, I don't think there's not really big differences from East and West.
It's not huge differences. The layout is a little
Mhm.
bit different. They're slightly different, but like it is almost identical.
Yeah,
But just the
Okay.
small differences.
Yeah.
It's so good, man. That shit is magic.
It really is.
It's magic.
I mean, especially when, like for me going to Galaxy's Edge first time ever within Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim, like that was just insane. And just to be with a bunch of Star Wars fans, like that was just, it was a lot. It was a lot. Yeah.
I'd been a couple times before then, just used to live right next door. Used to live 20 minutes away. So I've been, but like it's different when you like go with like one other person, or when you go with like literally all of the people that you love that you haven't seen in 3 years. Like it's like
Right.
It's like
it hits different. Yeah.
It hits different.
It does hit different.
You're sleep deprived, and everyone's hugging each other, and grown ass men like Chris Ryans are crying, and you're like, this is what it's all about.
That's Star Wars, man.
That's
That
Star
is
Wars.
in a nutshell. Yeah. You can get that emotional cry from a dude. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah. It really is. It is cathartic.
Cathartic man tears.
Yeah,
That's what I'm here
man
for.
tears. We love to see it around here. We
really do.
Yeah. I really do have to start playing this game again, because I forget how much fun. Like, you can be a droid, you can be a clone trooper, you can be Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, I love it. Like,
The problem is when I play on a mode like this, I will never be the Jedi. Ever.
Yeah.
And it's a waste if I am, truly. Because I will not survive. I will not make it.
So what's your favorite mode, Claire, to play? What's your go-to?
I really like this is probably a weird one. I really like Starfighter Assault.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Why is that weird?
It's the worst mode.
You shut your
You
mouth.
take that back, sir.
I also like Heroes and Villains, of course. Come on.
That's a good one.
And I've also never been somebody who's been very good at like first person shooter games. Like that's not where my strengths lie. But yeah, I think probably Starfighter. However, I have not finished Star Wars Squadrons because that shit is more difficult.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible at flying, like any game, like not just Star Wars, like any flying game. I'm just the worst. It's like it's terrible. But I want to play Squadron just because I think it'd be obviously Star Wars and it'd be fun. But I think I just get so mad and like get really, right? Yeah, like I would just be like, this is a waste of my time. Like I am not having fun.
Bad. I'm on the easiest mode and I'm still crashing into shit. Like
right.
Like it was awful. Like it's not awful, and like if it's something that I worked at, I know that I would really enjoy the game as well. Because in Mitch Dyer, I trust when it comes to storytelling. Like I know it's a good game, and I know people really like it.
Yeah.
But if I can't get through the fucking training mission on the easiest mode, like without dying a bunch of times,
Something's
like
wrong.
something's wrong here, you know? I need help.
Right.
I don't know what I need.
It's not easy. I mean, those flying it's not easy for me anyway. Like it's not. So for you to be even like good at it though, slightly better than by way than I am, then kudos to you, my friend, because I am terrible at flying.
Because like it's funny because I can fly in this game, but I cannot drive in video games. like put me on the ground and
Right,
drive
right.
a car. Grand Theft Auto, not made for me.
Not me.
Not at all. But apparently with Starfighters, I'm actually solid.
Decent.
Yeah.
And I mean the game mode itself for this game is so good. Item Versio and
Yes.
I feel like I need to replay the. There you go.
Got my spirit jersey, my Inferno Squad spirit jersey on.
Love it.
Because that game, the game mode is so good.
That campaign is so good.
I really enjoyed
It really
it.
is.
Especially just like Luke Skywalker stuff will forever stay with me.
Yeah.
Absolute beautiful.
Like, when are we getting her in a live action? Like, come on.
I want it.
Yeah, I do. I do want
And
it
also
too. I think
Janina
it'll
would be
good.
like, "Hi, I'm here. I'm ready
Heck
to go."
yeah. Yeah.
I love
Again,
IT.
it's like Cameron, like right there, man. It's literally her. It would be
it's her whole
picked up
body.
and easily. Yeah.
Right.
Like, I mean,
No
it's like Katie
justification.
Sackhoff. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
Exactly.
Katie coming from Clone Wars to, live action with Bo. So,
Exactly. And it like
Yeah.
they even animated Bo to look like her back in the
Yeah,
Clone Wars.
right.
Like,
Exactly.
looks
Like,
her.
legitimately, they're like, you are right. We are basically drawing you as a cartoon, like as a animation character. Like, that's what's happening. Yes, Dan, I agree.
Agreed.
Long overdue. It's long overdue. Her story was so good. And I mean, even like with her daughter and everything like that, like, God, there's so much to tell. I feel like.
Also, just like let Shriv do anything. We now have
Yes.
a live action.
Yeah.
Put Shriv in shit.
Right there,
in
man.
Live action,
Right
you
there.
cowards. Come on. Oh my god.
Again,
He's so good.
It would make sense for him to pop up like in the New Republic, right? Because
Yeah.
I mean, at this time, he's still around.
He's
We
hanging out.
know. So, oh God, can you imagine? Like, that would be an amazing, like, deep cut cameo if they brought Shriv. Like, that would be so good. That'd be so good. I would love it. Yeah. Yeah. And then, again, it'd be fun for fans of the game, right? I mean, like we talked about with the books, like, it'd be fun. That'd be really, really cool.
Right. And like also like Shriv is one of those characters that like I don't care if you know who he is or not, he will make everybody laugh. It doesn't matter who you are. Like
Right.
people will universally be like, yes.
Cool character.
Second.
Yes. 100%. 100%. Yeah, they would be an easy sell
Right.
if they wanted to do that. So yeah. I agree. I can't wait.
Words.
There is a concern that the Republic
I forget how great this game is though, honestly. Like, it is very cool. It still holds up.
It's just fun, man. It's just
Mhm.
fun. And like, yeah, some of it can be a little bit like clunky sometimes, but really not that much about it is.
Mhm.
defend
Mhm.
all positions.
Also, now that I have the internet connection where I can stream successfully, like in my old apartment, I literally didn't have, enough bandwidth to, be a part of Bro Axiom shooting the poodoo without buffering every 5 seconds.
Securing the objective.
So this is very exciting right now.
We're in wild times for Claire. We're in wild times.
Moving up in the world, baby.
You gotta love that. You gotta love it. But look how just how great these maps are. Like, they're so good. I forgot how good they are. I wish they would keep updating this, because I know they haven't updated it in a very long time, right?
Yeah, it's
Like
been a minute.
with new maps or anything. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I remember when they did
That's
solo stuff, when they did the Kessel. That's one of my favorite maps.
That was so much fun. And then like the new skins for Han and Lando.
Mhm.
Put him in his little yellow outfit. Also, Dukes is still completely asleep, vibing,
Knocked out. Oh, we
schmackered.
love
Now
that.
he's getting belly scratches, but so he's a
We
little
love
more
that for Duke.
He's here for it. He's like, you want to do this?
That's
You
all
want
we
to sit on
care.
the couch and vibe? Great. That's what I'm here.
That's why we're here. That's why
It's
we're
the best night ever.
But yeah, they had so many cool maps on here. I remember, like Kessel. They did what was it? From The Last Jedi, the crate
Oh yeah,
map.
yeah.
Crate was a good one too.
Man,
Yeah, a lot
it's
of good
been long
maps.
since I've done any of this. Look, at you,
Yeah.
Chris. I was like, are you gonna pick Starfighter Assault? For a second, I thought you were gonna do.
He's just like, no,
100%.
no.
Yeah, are you questioning my taste level?
I am now.
In my taste.
I was like, what does that say about you then? God.
Ooh, Starkiller
Oh,
Base. It's
got him.
classic. This is a good one too.
Tell that to your mom. She
That's
loves me. So.
actually true. She likes him better than she likes me, to be fair. No,
To be fair.
I can't even make fun of him in front of my mom. I can't even like gently poke fun because she'll be like, "Oh, Claire, do you really want to say that though?" I'm like, what does that mean?
True.
Thanks, Mom.
She's like, you really don't want to risk it. Like, you don't want to poke too much fun at him. Like, you be nice to him. Like, what are you talking about?
I'll keep that in mind, Mom. Thank you for. the
Meanwhile, he
advice.
roasted me in front of my family, and they're like, "Oh, good one." I'm like, great.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
It's 'cause they
Gotta
were-
love that.
Gee, thank you. God. Oh man.
God, this map is good.
Throwing grenade!
Time I do a sequel trilogy watch, man.
I know. I kind of want to watch the sequel trilogy now too. Yeah.
Right? Get psyched for these days. Also, we had an Armitage Hux appearance in Mando.
That was big. That was big. And Pelion.
And Pelion.
Yeah, that just reminds me of Rebel. Like I just, but yeah, the Huck stuff was really cool. But I know a lot of people have said online too, like, where's Ray Sloan? Where is she?
Yeah,
Like,
truly. No, I agree.
What's the hold up on that? Like, why are we not bringing her to live action? Especially now, like this would be the perfect time to insert her into whatever they're doing. Like,
Stuff's cooking.
hopefully one day we'll get a Ray Sloan live action.
I gotta reread those books, man.
I know it's been a minute, and I actually did enjoy Aftermath. I thought the books were really, really good.
I did.
You
I
know?
enjoyed the interludes probably a little more than I enjoyed
Yes.
the story, but all
That's
of
fair.
it was enjoyable. You know, all of it was good.
Mhm.
Some of those
Yeah.
interludes though were super juicy.
Dude, some of the, I mean, hello, we got what's his face, the Marshal himself, Cobb Vanth. I mean,
The origin of the Marshal.
yeah.
God, remember how freaking wild it was that they put Cobb Vanth in Mando?
Dude,
What?
that was mind blowing. That was like one of the first big ones, right? I'm like
Yeah,
trying to
and
think.
Timothy
Like, that's
Oliphant as
yeah, yeah. Timothy Oliphant, you have as
like, I'm not mad about it.
yeah. Oh, not mad at it at all either. Yeah. I'm interested to see if they wrap any of that. Daddy Huck's yeah. I'm interested to see if they wrap that up in Mando somehow with Boba Fett and Cobb Vanth. Are we gonna hear anything? Like,
I don't know.
it's gonna be interesting. Do we get a Boba Fett season 2? I wouldn't be mad at it. But
That we're doing that's the victory is like we're gonna blow everybody up.
yeah.
Winner. Yeah, I think that some of that might be tied up with Dave's movie.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Maybe But I think we
Makes
are
sense.
going to get another Book of Boba Fett season. I think.
God, I
I
hope
was
so.
under the
I think
impression,
there is
but
one.
I was under the impression maybe that's something that I made up in my mind because Book of Boba Fett was also weird Star Wars, and I was like, yes,
I was here for it.
yeah.
Yeah. Mod Squad, loved
It was
them.
weird. Mod Squad, absolutely.
Yeah.
Robo Tummy, okay.
Yeah.
Take his
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bubble baths, you
Yeah.
know.
No official announcement.
No official announcement at this time. Okay.
No. Well, hopefully, maybe we'll never know. Maybe we'll hear something. But I would love to obviously get back there and see what, because last we saw Cobb Vanth, he was, yes,
Mhm.
yes, we need more of her, 100%.
Please.
Like, oh, I would love
Any
it.
excuse to bring Na Wen back in a Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, we know from the Bad Batch panel that she's supposed to be. I guess they kind of confirmed she's going to be in season 3, so that's very exciting
That
to
is exciting.
have her back in there. So that would be fun.
Mhm.
We'll see. I'd be interested to see what they do with her. I hope they bring her back to live action though. I think they would. I don't see why they wouldn't. You
At
know,
least in like the Mando, in like the Dave movie, I feel like it would make a lot of sense to put her in there. But I do want more.
Yeah.
Book of Boba. I want more.
I do too. I loved that show for all the people that didn't like it. I
Yeah.
had such a good time with it. Like every week, it was silly Star Wars, and
It was so silly.
at its core, and it was the best. Like so good.
It was so
good.
silly, and then it was like occasionally just like so stunning and beautiful, like
Mhm.
with the like with the Tusken Raider like like staff dancing inspired by Maori culture, like
Yeah.
like so much of that was so fun and still so beautiful. Like and with Robo Tummy and Space Techno and gosh, what
It
other
was so good. I
Matt
know.
Lebo,
We got the beautiful Garza Whip in that. I mean, we got a lot of good stuff, kids. A lot of
we
good stuff.
really
in
did.
Boba Fett.
We got
I mean,
Black Chrysanthemum in live action too.
oh God, Black Chrysanthemum, right?
That was wild, wasn't it, Ayla? You were not alive when that came out, so no, you were not. You look at the camera. You're so
She's
photogenic.
the dork. Oh, look at her.
Little birthday girl.
Aw.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they what they do with Boba Fett. Because it's like I got my whole thoughts for Mando finale is like, where do they go? Who comes and helps them? I mean,
Right.
I would assume it's gonna be like Carson and all of them, but guess we'll wait and see, man.
Yeah, it's
Guess we'll wait
interesting.
and see.
I don't know how we're getting out of this one, folks, but
Yeah, honestly, I don't either. Like, it's gonna be. I'm here for the ride, though. I'll tell you that. I am here for that. That's gonna be a wacky finale. I feel like so much is gonna happen. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, Moff Gideon wearing Mando armor and coming down like a what's
Also, like another thing I appreciate about Moff Gideon, that man has zero issues with his confidence now, does he? not even a shadow of a doubt that he is.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wish
That
I could
was-
put like a quarter of that confidence into my daily life. Like,
Right.
Gideon.
I'm so excited to see to learn about that whole situation. Like, how long has he been there? Like, was that been there since they took over Mandalore? Like, there's so many questions.
Yeah.
And they set the mythosaur up, so something's gonna happen with that thing. I feel like you don't sprinkle that one in and just leave it away for the whole rest of the season.
No. I was thinking
Yep.
thinking about this too. Ayla,
Yep.
I need my headphones. No.
Yeah, it's gonna be that again. That would be really cool if there's a connection with that.
I think it would be so cool.
Like, I haven't even thought about the fact that maybe Gideon is an ex-Mandalorian. Like, do we know if he is or isn't?
We don't know that much about his upbringing.
No.
So it's like, I don't know.
Because he does have this weird fixation on the Mandalorian culture. So like, was he like Mandalorian, or maybe he grew up in the Death Watch? Like, that's kind of where my thoughts go
Right.
with that
Because
too.
if he's all Saxony, you know, he's inspired by it. Interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, because
dude.
Gar Saxon did work with the Empire pretty closely.
Right.
Is it just like, yeah, that was my guy until he got fried?
Yeah.
Or is it like, I don't know.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see what happens next Wednesday for sure. Yeah, I know. But then we have May 4th for Vision. So yeah, not too bad though for Star Wars. We got a lot of good stuff coming.
Yeah, there definitely is. We are in the golden age of Star Wars.
We really are. Like, I don't think that gets talked about enough. Like,
and grab your bags.
all the stuff we're getting, even outside of like TV and the movies, like all the High Republic books, all that stuff is just so good. Like,
it's so good. I'm behind. I'm a little behind, but
I'm behind too.
Yeah,
I'm behind too.
If you can look me in the face and tell me that you are caught up on all of the High Republic shit, I'm gonna not believe you. I'm gonna tell you, I think you're full of it.
I will say, my cousin Andrea, she is caught up. She has read everything. I know. That's what I say. I'm like,
that is impressive.
How are you caught up? Right. That's what I said. Like, I've read all of like the first phase, but I have not touched a lick of the phase 2 yet. And I'm just like, there's like what, 4 or 5 books already, and then all the comics. I haven't touched a comic in like a long time. I need to catch up on those too.
I probably shouldn't say this as a part of a proactive crew. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. There's certain ones that I'll pick up. Like I like picking up a lot of the ones that are like one shots. I can easily like jump into because I enjoy comics, and it's a lot to keep up with. Genuinely.
Yes.
Like Dr. Aphra don't quit. Let's be real. That has consistently been excellent. Also Dr. Aphra Aphraverse series when please give us our aerospace archaeologist queen.
That's overdue.
Oh, right. And literally every single person that Aphra comes in contact with in those comics would be excellent television.
Because she has such a deep connection to like a lot of things,
right? Like to
within the lore,
and like and she's super close with Santa. All the Magna Tolvan stuff, all the Kofon Ferris, and the archaeology wars there. It's like, come on, it's
a lot of good stuff that you could do with her character. And she's one that I think a lot of people would like, and obviously the people that read the comic do love. And she could be one that people would get behind, I think.
People would fall in love with Aphra right away.
Easily. Because she's like literally, again, I mean, not the greatest comparison, but she's Indiana Jones-esque.
Yeah.
You know? And I think it fits in Star Wars. You know?
Does.
So
kidding me? We'll see. You know how little if you think about how little like our Star Wars movie, how many planets get introduced in every new Star Wars thing, and how little of the actual history and culture of those worlds get explored. There's an infinite amount of stories that you could do with Aphra, and everybody loves Indiana Jones. You know that in that sense, it would be accessible, and also she's funny and snarky and creative and will swindle her way out of anything. She's a scoundrel. Like, there's so many things that are super Star Warsy that people would connect to. Also, speaking of High Republic earlier. That's so exciting.
Still one of the best moments of the season so far, hands down. It was to bring Ahmed Best back as the character of the Jedi Temple Challenge, and to be the one that got Grogu out of Coruscant. Like, you couldn't make it up any better. Like, you couldn't write it any better. You know? That was great.
And with all of the speculation and all of the nerds screaming into the void on the internet, you know, of predictions of who they thought it was going to be, I didn't see a Kelleran Beck.
No, that was not on the bingo cards.
That was not on my bingo card. That was not on anyone's bingo card. But
No,
the second that you saw it, it was perfect. It was literally like,
oh yeah,
guiding,
right.
like someone who guides the younglings through the challenges of the temple, being the one to let our little youngling escape.
It makes so much sense. Yeah,
And amen. Just
yeah, and kudos to John and Dave for nope, this is what we're doing. Like, he will be the one, and that's just like, yeah, that's perfect. I love it. I love it. All right, I unfortunately will have to bounce because it is sweating in my office right now because I don't have a fan in here.
No worries. I appreciate
but thank you for having me on.
And for those who are not familiar with the content that you produce, why don't you let people know where to find you and your stuff?
Yeah. So you can follow the Galactic Podcast at the Galactic Pod on Twitter, and we are on Apple Pod, Google Play, all the major platforms. And then, as Claire said earlier, I do Geek Broads Cast as well, and we do all nerdy stuff over there. Marvel, we did a Last of Us big recap, which was a lot of fun. So yeah, go check us out over there. And then if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Loro Knows, just as you see it on the screen. So again, Claire, Ethan, such a blast.
It's been fun.
Had a lot of fun.
Thanks for hanging out.
No problem. Thank you for having me, and keep those battles going here, Ethan.
Oh, we most certainly will. No, he most certainly will. Give it up. You're doing great, honey. You're doing
great. You're doing great, honey. We're here to support.
Sweetie.
You're killing it. All right, guys. Have a good one. I'll talk to you.
Lauren.
See ya.
All right, bye.
Oh, goodness. Oh, Lauren, I enjoy Lauren quite a bit. But I don't get to do podcastings enough with Lauren, so it was nice to see her face. Let's see. Hi, Throwy Joey. Oh my gosh.
Attention, the Rebel database.
Now that you're almost done with Rebels.
Intelligence.
Now that you're almost done with Rebels.
Most of the Rebels fled.
Do you have a favorite Ghost crew member? Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite Rebel?
You'll need to space before they finish. Start by destroying the enemy's turbo laser emplacements.
It depends.
Provided.
Depends on what kind of mood you're in. So if you're feeling a little saucy, is it Chopper? If you're feeling like
I like Chopper, I still think he's a little shit.
He is a little shit, but that's why we love him, is because he's a little shit. God damn.
I mean, that goes for a lot.
Countdown.
I didn't like him on my first watch through.
I thought he was kind of an asshole at first.
He like this dumb kid.
He got better.
Yeah, that's the same thing with like Ahsoka though. So many people, you watch her grow into this person that stands on their own and is, amazing. And you get that with Ezra too. And I appreciate it this watch through more, like knowing everything that I know.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Fun answer, Chopper. Serious answer, Hera. Honestly, I think I agree with that. Hera is my favorite member of the Ghost crew. I love Hera. Like the Mary Elizabeth Winstead casting confirmation, I lost my mind. I completely was not okay. It was suspected, and we were pretty sure from the clips that were shared at Celebration Anaheim that it was going to be her. That was my guess. But let's see. Been trying to get my friends to watch Rebels. Now with Ahsoka coming out, I think it's time. That's exactly what happened with Ethan. Literally, it's like the time is now. You would enjoy it. I genuinely think people would enjoy it without seeing Rebels. However,
it just adds to this.
It's gonna add to it, yeah. And as someone who's a fan of the animation but just never got into it, you had to push through and watch it because it's so good. It is the time, and I hope that you succeed.
Neutralize the two remaining.
Oh my God. think it's such good casting too. I'm with you. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is going to be A+. And I love also that both she and Ewan are now. They're both a Star Wars. No, he's an Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars, and she's a Hera Syndulla Star Wars. They're keeping it in the family. And then one day they'll have Star Wars kiddos. They have kiddos, but well, no, actually, Ewan's daughter was in Kenobi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she had a little.
Climb to the courtyard.
Which honestly, if you get the opportunity to give the business back to your dad, no, but she messed with him. She tried to sell him drugs.
Yeah.
Which so every parent loves to hear. Oh God. I love that you were immediately like, no, I'm not gonna play heroes versus villains. Is this really? Would this be your favorite mode?
Yeah.
Destination in the
Oh,
That's what's going because you can do a bunch of stuff.
because you can do what?
All kinds of fun stuff. You have to fight to get to a decent character.
But what if I just want to be the decent character and not fight?
courtyard target neutralized.
Oh gosh.
Turbo laser now.
Let's see here.
I also like shooters. So.
I don't. Well, it's not that I don't. It's just I'm not very good at them. See,
I'm so used to Call of Duty, so this is a lot different.
Oh yeah, more clunky, I'm sure.
It's this.
Turbo laser entering final countdown.
It's just different.
Even here's a comment from Throwy Joey. My hope is that they will like Rebels so much they'll be like, "What other animated series have I missed?" Tucks in shirt and pulls up chair. Exactly. You gotta. One of these shows has to be their gateway drug. You know, give them a little taste. Next thing you know, they're a full-on addict. That's probably not the best, metaphor to use, especially since we're talking about Ewan's daughter selling drugs. Ewan's daughter is the second biggest death stick distributor in level 672. Not too shabby.
Luke Skywalker. Vader should be
One of
informed.
my, at last celebration in Anaheim, one of my favorite things was somebody was dressed up as Sleaze Bagano, the death stick stealer and he literally was handing out candy cigarettes. And it was so good. I was like, oh my God, Sleaze Bagano. Hey, look who it is. Hi, Andy. He says, hey, Claire, Kaden Jarrus is my favorite character in Rebels, hoping we get a voiceover of him in Ahsoka. That or a Force Ghost or something. If you just popped in, Ethan's just been watching Rebels, starting from this past week when Celebration stuff came out. Yeah, we're almost done.
I have I'm more than halfway through. So
yeah, you're really coming up on the end. We literally
World Between Worlds.
Oh wait, you watched World Between Worlds without me?
Yeah.
I was setting up for the stream.
You were already streaming by the time I finished it.
Oh my God, I love that. The freaky Force shit is some of my favorites.
I knew
It's like you know me pretty well. But no, I think that we might get maybe a Force Ghost of Kanan. I think that'd be so cool.
The rebels are desperate to retake the capital.
Also, I want to also make sure. Did you get the impression that the World Between Worlds was a key to the multiverse of Star Wars? Because that ain't it.
No.
Okay. Literally, people are like, we can use it to retcon. That's not how it works. Literally, Ahsoka was always in that timeline. She was always fine. It's not like he's pulled her out and saved her. That was always the way it was going to be.
Well, yeah, because you saw at the end of that actual episode that she did come out. We just didn't know how.
Yeah,
and now we
just
know
didn't
how.
see it. Hashtag Ahsoka lives.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I want more Zeb and Ahsoka. No way they made such a detailed CG model for a single cameo. I hope you're right. So you know what? Also on this watch through of Rebels, Zeb has really, really grown on me. He struck me as the least developed or least well rounded character in Rebels.
One,
Yeah, he's definitely the least explored one.
just based on
But I love him. I love Zeb. You know, I loved that they added him. I love that they added him to that scene just because it makes sense that he would be there. And yeah, you're right. It's such a detailed CG model. Just pop him in somewhere else. Lots of love for Zeb in the chat. Oh my, Ahsoka was stuck in the quantum realm. Oh my gosh. We still haven't seen that. We're so behind on Marvel stuff. What other stuff are you behind on? Oh yeah, he still hasn't seen WandaVision.
Episode.
You saw Loki though, right? I'm like, oh, okay. But you gotta watch WandaVision. Just saying. Oh, if you want to talk about things that I love as well, Death Troopers. I just heard that. You let him play. Let him play his game. Oh, she's gonna go attack Dukes. Go love on him. Oh. Just off camera, she's grooming him. So sweet. So sweet.
We have been joined by Lord Vader.
Sorry, one of my favorite pastimes as well. It's been a minute since I played a whole lot of video games, but like everybody's like gamer tags. There's some good ones. There's something about a doobie that I saw.
Something about a doobie.
Yeah, I just forgot what it was. Oh my god. Joey with the actual the actual best take. I hope Celebration comes back to Chicago. I do too. It makes it so much easier for us to go. The international stuff is just hard for us to also like planning a wedding. That's kind of expensive. So it's just time consuming. So yeah, we're just kind of, as far as the international trips, our hands are sort of tied, I think, right now. Which is a bummer. Also, Chicago's like literally in our backyard. And Chicago was so much fun. Like obviously I'm biased, but I thought that was like a top-notch Celebration experience. I loved Chicago. Thank you. Oh yeah, we're getting Maui'd, if you didn't know. Isn't that weird? He seems really, I promise he's more enthusiastic than he's giving off. He's just focusing on the video game. But yeah, thank you. I
can't hear anybody.
Yeah, because it's just us.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Because it's just us. Because our friends are doing other shows. Let's see. I'm behind in. Andy says I'm behind in Marvel as well. Been busy chasing around a 10-month-old crawling around. Yeah, dude. You gotta send me some baby pictures. Well, not so, but some toddler pictures now. 10-month-old. Holy cow. It's still baby, whatever, but they're on the move. They're on the move. That's so exciting.
You get out!
Oh my gosh.
Elimination sweep.
Oh. Haha. You better. Oh my goodness. Do you feel like you've upgraded everything to your liking now?
No, because you don't have good enough weapons. But
God damn. Okay. I'm getting roasted over here. That's true. It's not the mode that I like to play the most. When Charlie would play with me, then he wants to play that mode too. And I'm like, whatever. I know. So it's approaching 9:00 our time. So we are probably going to wrap things up. Probably one more round. Yeah?
Sure.
You down for one more round? Okay. And then we're probably going to wrap things up.
Oops.
What are you quitting for?
I hit the wrong button.
Wow. But yeah, other than that, you know how Rebels ends, don't you?
Kind of.
Kind of. Okay. Because you had the Kanan death spoiled for you. I was just curious how much you've seen.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, I'll answer that for you, Throw Joey. So we use StreamYard as far as our streaming platform goes. And I use OBS. So I use I use the game capture like through my card, my capture card. I put that source full screen, and then I have a virtual cable that I use to get the sound. Otherwise, you won't be able to hear any of the sound. So I use OBS, put the capture card through there, and then I use a separate computer is our video. My laptop is our video, and my desktop is the stream of the game itself. And then what am I forgetting? And I use a virtual camera through OBS to use as the one on my desktop. If that makes any sense, I really hope I explained that.
Yeah, it's a weird whole setup.
It's basically, it's taken me a long time. Like I'd like to do it this way more often. Like I know my past streams was literally just like me in the corner and the screen, the game capture as well. I'd like to be able to invite friends on even for a little bit just to like add some additional hangout because if we're streaming, I like interacting with everybody in the chat a lot. But it's also fun to bring in people on screen and see what they've been up to and what's been tickling their brain when it comes to Star Wars and when it comes to video games or just life in general. So yeah, I'm really glad that I actually finally figured this out. I'm really excited about it. So because I thought it was fun. If you guys liked it, let me know. Thumbs up, bringing on friends. But yeah, I like to be able. It also helps to have you here because then I can pull up using StreamYard. I can pull up the comments and stuff like that, and it makes it easier to interact with everybody.
It's over there.
That message is pop on the bottom. No, so when I stream, I'll pull up the question. The chat messages that pop up on the bottom of the screen. So not every message will pop up. So using StreamYard, when I'm live streaming, the comments from Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube all pop up like on my little sidebar and like my little comments. And if I want to, I can throw up any of the comments just by clicking on it. If I'm hosting the stream, then I can pull up the comments on the bottom of the screen, if that makes any sense. Hopefully that helped out. A lot of times we'll have a moderator in the actual chat for like a lot of the Pro Axiom streams, and they would approve messages, but it is all me today, and I'm not even hanging in the YouTube stuff, so y'all better behave. I highly recommend it. It makes everything so much easier because you can also customize the backgrounds. You can put, your logo and
These turbo laser threat neutralized.
Back on, and I put mine back up. Here we go. Here we are. So yeah, I like it. There's a lot of ways that you can customize it and make it your own, and it's the easiest tool that I know personally when it comes to streaming like this. So if this was something that you were, definitely check it out. Play around with it. A lot of fun.
West turbo laser.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Think I see how to get this done.
Some kind of special combatant on the ground.
All right.
I don't know why I did like the super lame finger guns thing, but
That's
like MO. Okay, well, thanks for building me up, not knocking me down. Damn. Predictions, Ethan, for the Mando finale.
Ooh.
Anything you'd like to see?
Be secured. Explosives offline.
I'd like to see some additional unknown fans show up.
Oh, new friends. I liked when we had the loyalists, I guess. You know, when we had the night owls who had stayed on the surface of Mandalore. I really enjoyed seeing them this past week. I you know,
that was pretty cool.
they were completely abandoned and they didn't even know that anybody survived, and there's this whole struggling culture on Mandalore, but being true to the way and staying on the planet. Which that really, like, dang, y'all abandoned them. You didn't know you did, but
For some reason, I have a feeling they're going to try and do something with the Great Forge again.
with the Great Forge.
What that is, I don't know, but I think they're going to try and fabricate something.
Light her up, baby.
Or they light it up to the point where it blows the entire planet.
No. Mandalore's been through enough.
Well, that's the thing. It's been so much, but are you going to try and save Mandalore, or like in a way that can't by destroying it? Am I right?
No, save Mandalore.
I don't disagree, but the way to save it is to blow it up so you can get rid of Moff.
I don't agree with that at all.
I mean, I get it.
Mm-hmm. Also, am I following High Republic reading? I have been really trying. I've fallen off the wagon though. It's been really hard. There's so much to keep up with. And like there's so many good comics and stuff, and it's overwhelming. I need to get back into it. I keep telling myself I will, especially with all of this High Republic stuff. But yeah. That's all this High Republic tie-in, like with the Acolyte and stuff like that. It's really been, it's gonna be pretty exciting stuff coming out soon. But yeah. I think that's kind of all that we have for it's all that we have for the evening as I completely remove myself here. I appreciate everybody that decided to either come on the stream or come hang out in the chat. It's been a lot of fun. I really miss doing this. I hope you enjoyed it too.
Yeah, that's fine.
Playing video games, getting to know some of my friends a little bit better as well.
Yeah.
Since we can't probably be at next celebration and we couldn't be in Europe. So, if you ever, we're going to find this is not going to be the permanent day or time that we're going to do these either. So, we will maybe set one, or it might just be as we feel like it. But yeah, it's going
to be as we feel like
it's going to be, it's going to be mostly as we feel like it probably.
Our schedule's just
it's really chaotic schedules for us over the next couple months, especially. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who decided to come and hang in the chat. It's been so much fun. Can't wait to do it again. Hope to see you back then. But other than that, I hope you have an excellent night. I hope you have the most wonderful Star Wars filled dreams, and that we all have a lovely Wednesday coming up with that Mando finale. So thanks for hanging out again, and may the Force be with you always. Bye.